I never felt the need to mention this, but I guess as I was sitting here, I'm just kind of remembering what it was like to be with my friend. And I don't know exactly what was going on, but as a guess, I'm just going to try to describe what I think was going on because I really don't know. But I guess that he was empty in ways that this body maybe wasn't. And so when I would be with him, I don't know if my body would adjust to where he was slightly, but things would make sense. I would start saying things that were a lot more empty and unattached and coming to my own sort of understanding without him really saying anything or doing anything. And I could sort of sense that something like that was happening. And I don't even know if I probably have told him that, I think. But after a certain point, it didn't feel important to mention or to even notice. Like it was just what was happening. And then at a certain point, I think I stopped registering it because perhaps this body had emptied out more. But yeah, if I reminisce back to that, I can sense like that was quite profound and quite rare. And I don't feel that with many people. Not as a judgment and not as an important thing, and not that I even care or am looking for it, especially now, I don't care, but a part of me could almost sense that that was a really valuable part of this to have someone emptier than you who you could naturally trust. Like it wasn't a forced trust. It felt more like the body had enough information at a certain point to just relax when I was with him. And so I never made that decision because it actually took a long time to trust anybody in general, especially men, just because of what I've been through. So, in the beginning, I would question, like, why is there like this nagging? He's not telling me something, or there's some secret, or he's not showing me all of himself, or I just feel like this hesitation that's there and it's uncomfortable. But I can see how it was so actually valid because he was hiding things from me, but not from a strategic manipulative place. It was because he only revealed more the closer we got and the more that he trusted me. So it was mutual. It felt like a gradual, the body just softened and opened up and couldn't hide certain things and wanted to reveal more and more. Maybe partially because it didn't matter anymore. There was enough trust, there was enough groundedness where it's like, we're not really going to leave each other no matter what it is. We don't really care anymore. Maybe that was part of it. Because sometimes overall, you can sense the safety of someone, like the sort of genuineness and the not playing games and trying to trick you or trying to convince you that there's something that they're not. I think over time, perhaps subtly, you can sense those things. And it's rare. It's very, very rare. But it was really like the body was showing me when it felt right to say certain things, to expose myself more. I wasn't doing it. I wasn't in charge of it. I didn't lead it. I didn't have a plan or an idea. If anything, this is the most I've ever trusted anybody in my entire life. So it was already uncharted territory. It was already the most I've ever exposed to anybody. So it was already nourishing. It was already so beautiful. But it just kept going deeper. And then it was no longer about do I feel shame and unworthiness about revealing this? It had nothing to do with me anymore. It was just the body naturally becoming freer and freer of all of these things and revealing things to itself. And he just happened to be the only one that could understand me at the time, perhaps ish. And so the emptying out just kept continuing from this deeper place that had nothing to do with me. It wasn't my story anymore, but there were effects that it had on the body that were still sort of expressing itself or revealing itself or playing itself out. And it wasn't judged in the same way. It wasn't identified with in the same way. It wasn't a problem in the same way. It didn't mean anything really. It was just kind of fascinating. Like, oh, that makes so much sense why I had acted the way that I did in the past because now I see what was underneath and and what was underneath could not be consciously controlled and changed. It's more like it's energetically felt through right now. And that's it. It doesn't even need to change or go away or be different because it doesn't matter anymore. But it seems like, ironically, because it's so free, it's so empty, it's so unattached to anything or anybody or any idea of how it should be or should look, it just becomes freer and freer and thinner and thinner. And it changes, but only because you're not there managing it. It's just fascinating to see the human body from this place. And I find myself being less and less interested in normal entertainment. Not that I can't enjoy it sometimes, but it's not fascinating anymore. It's like the internal world or how things are perceived is just kind of fascinating now. There's just so much. There's just kind of a lot, even though it can sometimes be subtle and not very extreme. Sometimes it can be. Um, but regardless, I think the body's more interested in this, in reality, in what's actually here than the other stuff on top, the other stuff that people use to distract and get away from this, which is understandable. I'm much less interested in that. Not that I do enjoy things here and there, and it's fine. So it's kind of remarkable what you can sense when the body just slows down and it's able to kind of just unravel and open up. And it's so obvious that it's not really your doing. I mean, I guess there can be a seeming, whether it be conscious or not, or whether it be you or not. I mean, it's not you either way, but there can be a choosing of internal peace or wanting to rest or wanting to be at rest, wanting to see what's here, wanting to give space for things. Because ultimately, it can potentially free the body, it can nourish the body, it can give it what it never got before. It can be seen fully, it can be felt finally. And that's the most tender and beautiful and rare thing that we can do for the body. And we've been conditioned to be so far removed from that, to just numb yourself in all these different ways. And you don't know that living from that place. I'm talking kind of like long time ago, because I think when you go through this, you can, that tendency or need to actually numb yourself and detach sometimes is actually healthy. So you will sense that. But I'm not really talking about this during this unraveling. I'm talking about way before, when I just really could not face myself. And I was escaping from two boys and attention and sex and, yeah, art, like who I am to other people and what that means to me and how I'm validated and how I'm worthy now, and the pain of all of that. I'm talking about the numbing that can happen there. And you don't recognize truly how much harm is happening to the body and the unintentional harm that you can do to others in subtle ways. Um, it is what it is. It's unavoidable there. That's just the natural side effect. You can't see clearly. You're not in touch with the body. That's just how it is. And so I look back at that and it's like there is no regret anymore, because it's inevitable. And that is what we've been taught to do since such a young age. And it just amplifies from there, and it just keeps accumulating all these ways of getting away from yourself, escaping into dreams and stories and ideas and identities. And it makes the body very strange. And so when you go through this, you really see the strangeness of the body. I really felt like, oh, it's actually quite sane to say that humans are absolutely insane, because there was a full allowance for the sort of insanity here. And it wasn't said in a judgmental way. It was like, oh my God, this is underneath everybody. And so, in a general sense, I can understand, like, the more twisted you become and the more far removed you become, Yeah, the amount of damage and hurt and pain and trauma that is caused to yourself and others is so horrific sometimes. It's really hard to comprehend. It's really repulsive. And it's so heartbreaking to know that that kind of harm can happen to little children that have no defense mechanisms, have no way of protecting themselves, have no idea of what is happening and what is normal and what is okay. And so they're at the whim of whatever is around them, whoever is near them. They have no power in saying. And the worse it is, it's like what that does to the body for the rest of your life is quite unfair. And it's hard to make sense of it all. And I'm not going to claim to know what that's really like. Like I had my own trauma, but I can sense in some people they have been through so much more at such a younger age. And I don't know what that's like, but I think I could sense that anything is possible because I am kind of seeing that there can actually be a lot of healing that can take place. And even if the body is still at the whim and still trying to resolve what happened in the past, it's possible that there can still be eventually more and more space to just accept that that is the way that it is and that still it's okay and it doesn't mean anything about you and you're not defined by it and there's probably a deeper depth of understanding humans from that place and the nervous system and trauma. I don't think I've truly recognized what they might be going through and how strong they actually are. Only because I feel as if I felt through all of the intricacies in this body. Can I understand a level of depth that might be there? And the amount of courage and strength is probably, in a way, more profound than what had to be here. I don't know. I'm kind of making stuff up, but like I'm just assuming like that's probably the case. And there's like a real, they're not weak at all. They're so much stronger than probably most. Yeah. If you'd like to interact, I'm happy to be here with you, and you're welcome to take your time. Hey, Rebecca.
Hello.
It's nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. Hi, everybody.
Take your time.
I used up the last tissue in the house last night, so I'm kind of without right now. Mm. But
Wow.
yeah, uh, it does take a lot of courage, doesn't it?
Yeah, tremendous amount.
It really does. I feel like all my life I've just tried to have it together and seem like I had it figured out, and it's really hard to let go of that identity, you know,
Absolutely.
that person that needs to be on top of things that like gives other friends advice and going from that to the person that's crying in the park, laying down on the grass, just
Yeah, the difference is like stark.
yeah, very stark.
but also so beautiful and full.
Yeah. So much more true.
Yeah. Yeah. The full spectrum of it all.
Yeah. I was talking with a friend, and she was contemplating whether to go to this event, and she didn't really want to go. I could tell she didn't really want to go. She was tired, and she was trying to get me to give her advice, I guess. I don't know. Like
Hmm.
tell her not to go.
Oh,
And
okay.
yeah. And usually I would be like all over that. It would be like, yeah, you shouldn't go. You should rest, and but I was just like, she knows. And so I'm just gonna try to sit back and like not be the, you know,
Mm.
giver of advice or something. I don't know. I just felt more like she knows and she can figure it out. And so I just
Mm.
listened. And that was kind of freeing because,
That's really sweet.
yeah, because at the end she was like, "You helped me so much." And I was like, "I barely said anything."
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. You gave her space to just like really express what's there, which is rare.
Yeah, exactly. And then I went over to a neighbor's house who I'd met a few times and we just talked and and I did it was just really sweet because it felt like I didn't feel like I was trying to do anything or um be a certain way. I was just interacting with another person, and
That's so beautiful.
it was really, really sweet. It's like at the end, I was like, I really appreciate you because she's a really sweet person. And anyway,
My gosh, the simplicity of that, right? The absence of all the other stuff and how beautifully simple and ordinary that is so, there's something just so nice and not special or precious about it, but like just so nice.
yeah, exactly, exactly. Yeah, and I felt like when I left, I felt like she was a friend I've had for years, or just somebody I could,
Mm. Oh, wow.
yeah, it's really beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I ask what you were crying about last night?
I don't even know. There's so many different things that go through my mind when I'm crying. Like, I'm not even sure. I just know that there was a lot of emotion there. And let's see. Let me think. What kind of thoughts was I having? So one of the things is like the guy who lives across the street from me, and it was kind of a weird like dynamic when he first moved here. You know, I was kind of attracted to him, but I was very gun shy,
Hmm.
and then I found out that like it was a totally not gonna work that way at all. But I we ended up kind of being friends, like we talk and we have some of this similar interest. And he's leaving like tomorrow. He's going back to his home. He was in the Air Force here, and
Mm.
he's going back to Florida. Anyway, I was really sad. Like I'm
Oh,
not I'm not that. I didn't feel like I was attached to him or anything, but like him leaving, and then I have this book on foraging and he's interested in that. And so
Oh,
I wrote a little thing. I'm going to give him that book and before he leaves. And yeah,
that's sweet.
it was just,
It is sad when
yeah,
someone you had conversations with and, similar interests and just the simplicity of how mundane that is. Like, yeah, why wouldn't the body grieve if
yeah,
he's just
right.
gonna be gone?
Yeah, he's just like, I'll probably never see him again, honestly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it was crazy. And then thinking about my stupid ass ex who won't just won't leave me alone. I mean, he
Mm,
leaves me alone, but the thoughts don't leave me alone.
right.
And I really miss him. I know he's really
Mm.
bad for me, but I miss him.
I'm glad that you can say that because why wouldn't you miss someone that you spent that much time with? And there were good parts. It's not like he was a complete monster all the time. You guys did have something, even though there were other things that were disrespectful.
Yeah.
Um, he wasn't all disrespectful. Yeah, so of course the body would become bonded after years and years. Of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah. Yeah. So all of that, and I think about my daughter, and she's in Europe right now, and she's backpacking, and I don't know where she is. I don't know like anything that's going on, and
Mm,
I I worry about her sometimes, and
sure.
um, but I also like she. I think she feels like I'm overprotective, so I don't want to like worry her with my worry. You know what I
Mm,
mean?
sure.
And so like I'm like going over in my mind, well, should I send her a text? Should I tell her I'm thinking about her? Should I do this? Should I do that? And then I'm just like, I get myself into a kerfuffle and I just don't know what to do
Hmm.
about it. But that, it really kind of weighs on me a little bit. It just makes me, I find it really sad that I don't know how to connect with her. I,
Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah. So that makes me sad. There's a
Yeah.
lot, so much to cry about. There's so much to
Yeah.
cry.
It is sad. It's sad. I think you just want a genuine connection with her. But I think because of so much that's there for her and also her age and wanting to be more independent and probably not wanting contact with parents,
Yeah.
um, it makes it hard for you. And that makes sense.
Like I want to respect her autonomy, but I also want her to know that like I still care about her and I love her, all that
Sure.
stuff. So
I think that's so sweet. It's so, so sweet. But I think on some level, she knows she might not be able to receive it fully because she's just not at that place. She just wants to have fun and freedom and
yeah,
experiences.
totally get that. I was the same way at her age. I was overseas and I did get homesick, but I didn't want to tell my parents that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never told my parents my struggles, you know? Like I never connected with them. And it was because of a lot of different layered reasons now that I see, like, oh, that was like probably just normal and natural for me. Is she traveling alone
Hmm.
by
Yeah.
herself, just backpacking?
Yeah.
Mhm. I did that too.
I did that too. Yeah. I stayed at youth hostels
Yeah,
and
me
went
too.
drinking, a lot of drinking, just like it. When I look back at it, I was like, oh boy, I really got, I avoided a lot of things that could have gone wrong,
Yeah, same here.
by the luck. But yeah, she probably will too. Who
Yeah.
knows?
Yeah.
Even if not, that's like part of her path. She has to go through all that shit.
Right.
Yeah.
I have a feeling she's smart enough, strong enough to,
She is. She's kind of a badass when you look at it. I mean,
yeah,
it's like going
I
out
could see
for
that.
90 days backpacking by yourself in Europe. Hell, that takes a
Right.
lot of courage. That takes some gumption. That takes some chutzpah.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to
Mhm.
be pretty strong inside to want to do that.
Absolutely. Anyway.
I was like that too, you know, kind of tender and naive, but also really strong. And there was a side of me that didn't take shit from people and could be like, fuck no.
Hmm.
Certain things still happened,
Yeah.
but there was a mixture of all of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. I
But
can
how you
see.
feel is valid. It makes a lot of sense.
Thank you. But and another thing, it feels like uh, things aren't so heavy as they have been, you know?
Yeah, that makes
Like,
sense.
and I even hesitate to say that because I don't want to jinx it.
I know, but I know what you
You know,
mean. Like overall, yeah, things have gotten
yeah,
lighter, even though there can be nights of just crying still, you know, that can
yeah,
still happen for me, but there are subtle signs that it is really different from how it was before.
yeah.
So there's a full allowance of it or acceptance of it that that's not a sign of anything really.
It's not like it's black backsliding or something.
No,
It's just
not at
part.
all.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really nice. Yeah.
Yeah. For some reason, I want to say, like, every time I see you, there
Hmm.
is a glow
Oh,
that I can sense. And I think the body is getting lighter and lighter overall.
yeah, it seems to be.
Yeah.
I mean, I just want to say that there's no fucking way I I could have gone through this without you, Suzanne. There's no way.
Oh.
You're like what you say about your friend. That's how I think of you because
Hmm.
you're the only one I know that's like empty enough to listen and really understand.
Hmm. Yeah. Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah. I'm just as appreciative toward you. I really do think you're incredible. It's so sweet to connect with you. It really is. It's so interesting thinking back, like when I was traveling by myself, because I'm like, I know that everyone's past and tendencies are different, but my tendency was to worry about them and to not want them to worry about me. So, like, maybe that was partially why I didn't share.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I still cared about them. I wanted them to know that I was okay, even though sometimes I was like really lonely and really sad.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I kind of knew that this was my journey. Like I had to, it's what I really wanted for some reason, even though it was miserable at times, like it was my way of figuring myself out. And I didn't know what that was. I didn't know who I was and what I truly, truly wanted. I guess I wanted freedom, but like I was searching for it in all these different ways. And that was one way, traveling,
Yeah.
physical freedom in that way. It felt important to do it by myself.
Yeah, I felt that way too. I remember when I left, I just thought, okay, this is it. I'm going to find myself, I'm going to find myself.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm going to know who I am and I'm going to, tackle all these things on my own. And yeah. And then within weeks, I was crying, I'm so homesick. They don't even send me letters.
Oh.
But it was, I'm glad I did it.
Hmm.
It does, it kind of gives you a confidence in yourself that you
Oh,
wouldn't
for
have.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I remember I would be like taking the trains and figuring out where I was going, and I was like, "Hey, I could do this. This is yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
Yeah, being in a completely different country, different language, like different money, different culture, different way of doing everything. It's a lot of learning in one instance, one day. Doing one thing is like you have to learn the whole how the whole thing works. It's really daunting. It
it
takes a
is. It's
lot
a
of
lot.
energy.
Just looking the right way when you cross the street is a
Yeah.
challenge. It's like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah, yeah.
mhm. Yeah,
And you do see that there are good people out there um who who want to help. They still might want a little bit of something in exchange, but like there are people who, yeah, are really sweet.
yeah. There are a lot of people who just, you know, are willing to
Help you and help
help
you
out. Yeah,
figure it out.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Back
Yeah.
then, I was a lot more willing to risk that to ask for help, because I didn't know how harmful people could be at that point,
Me
or didn't
too.
understand it, I guess.
Mm.
Um, but there's something to be said for that because without asking, you're probably not going to get the help, and give up somebody the opportunity to be helpful. So it's
Hmm.
kind of nice to learn that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dog. It's sitting on me.
Yeah, such a cutie. Hi, cutie. Yeah, I'm so happy you have a companion.
Yeah. Yeah, she's the other one. Suzanne and Lucy together form the team.
Nice. Good.
Thank you. I'll let someone else.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks so much, Rebecca. So sweet to see
Yeah,
you.
thank you.
Hey, Sarah.
Thanks a lot, Rebecca. It's so helpful. It's so beautiful. Um, I want to love my mom so badly. I want to love
Oh,
her so much. I want to love her so badly, and I don't like her.
oh, that is so sweet.
And and it's not it's so sweet and innocent, like her trying, like just so much thinking about me, but
Really?
never asking. My mom never asks questions. She just has
Oh,
a lot of ideas and then acts on those ideas. Um, but it's really obvious that she cares a lot. It's really clear. But
oh.
yeah, I just so appreciate I love being around moms. It's humbling and
Yeah, they're amazing, huh?
yeah. And I didn't get to or have to have that experience in my life. You know, I tried, but so I also it's also really clear that I can't really ever know what that's like.
Mm. You mean like a genuine emotional connection?
Oh, like the pain of being a mom.
Oh, oh,
You
I
know,
see, I
I
see.
mentioned it to her last time we were talking. You know, she can kind of only tolerate so much of telling the truth here. Like
Mhm.
her response generally is to make fun of me for being sincere.
Okay.
Um, yeah, but just how normal it is and there are lots of moms out there that don't care. There are lots of children out there that might want their mom more than their mom wants them or whatever. But just the exposure to this person in life is and the lineage in the matriarchy of my families, like the moms always want the daughters more than daughters want the moms. And it's just like a chronic, constant dissonance that I know my mom has to carry.
Mm.
It's undeniable, you know, she can't, it's just obvious that it's
Wow.
the case. And yeah.
Was it challenging when you were going through this and her feeling the distance from you probably more?
I don't know. I'm not sure. You know, like always, it's just all the things I think.
Mm.
Um, she has gotten to the point, which is really nice, where she can just say, I just, you know, like I would like to speak to you, you know, and it's like,
Oh,
oh, yeah,
that's
okay.
sweet. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that's helpful. It's uh yeah. Like a few times ago when we spoke, I called her because I there was just like a recognition that moms like to hear from their daughters.
Mm.
And it was there was just a no, like that was sufficient. That was all that was needed to call or something. Um, and so when I said that, when I called her, then it was like really, she, ever since then, she's been making fun of me for that. And
Oh.
And I still don't understand the joke. I don't, and I keep saying like I don't like I was sincere. Like
Mhm.
yeah. Yeah, but that's also like a dynamic in our relationship. Like whatever's being said here, it's always should it's like implied that it should be otherwise or that I don't know. It's a funny thing with my mom, but
Oh.
um she does that to herself also.
Mm.
But yeah, so I just want to say thank you. It's just some really powerful and humbling and heartwarming and yeah. So but yeah, what I raised my hand was uh, say, like my uterus wants to talk.
Okay. Nice. I like that.
uh so let's see, what does it want to say? So with perimenopause, there's like the sensations around menstruation have changed, and menstruation itself has changed in some ways.
Mm.
Um, and also there is very likely just a lot more just awareness of sensation. So I don't know how much of it is just being more aware of physical sensation, but um, there are these facets of life. I think the most extreme versions are birth and death, like that it happens all the time every day and it's wild as shit. It's just crazy ass shit. So
Mm.
it's like in the narrative of life, it's like, yeah, this is a common normal thing. And I don't just mean people, like watching cats give birth or whatever. Like it's fucking insane that birthing and dying happen. And then in between, there are like these smaller oddity, like, you know, decades of every single month blood coming out of the body and having to manage
Mm. Mm-hmm.
pain
Yeah.
happening in the uterus and having to manage that and like
Yeah.
going to work and, you know,
Yeah. It's a
the jokes
huge
in
thing.
society, you know,
Hmm.
as if it's a failing or something to be hidden or ashamed of, that the
Mm.
motion regulation is different or, you
Right.
know, so, it's not unlike when I've worked with clients and they're going through a medication change. It's like every month the body's going through a medication change. Like literally the chemicals and hormones and everything are in the body. So it's like you're withdrawing off of one medication and
Mm.
getting on another every single month
Mm.
while the body is bleeding and you're trying to wear clothes that like to manage that. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
um, uh, yeah. And then being made fun of in society or partners
Yeah.
or parents or whatever for it.
Mm.
Um, and not getting to talk about it in public, it's not like a thing you get to say to your colleagues generally, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, not today. There's blood coming out of my vagina. Like guys,
Yeah.
hit me up next week. Like,
Yeah, I have painful cramps and
yeah,
it's hard to get
exactly.
out of
Like
bed.
right here, there's, whatever. You don't get to say it. People
Yeah.
can say I have a migraine, or I have the flu, you know. So, yeah. So I want to say that.
It's so true.
Hmm.
Even when I was going through this, like when I would get my period, the emotions would be so intense at times.
Yeah.
And I would be like, holy shit, I don't know if this is a good or bad thing. Like, is it helping with bringing out more, or is it just like fucking torturing
Yeah.
me? Like fucking hell. Jesus.
Yep. Yeah, and I've had so many, pretty much every female client I have that's over 40 has had who's heterosexual, has had some man in her life comment on her smell, like the
Oh.
natural smell of her body.
Oh.
And then that's never not there again. And I was really lucky that I had never had it until this like gay man that wanted to date me.
Hmm.
Um, And so we were like sexual twice.
Mm-hmm.
And then and we're still friends. And I go back and forth. We'll see if it ever is like talked about with him. But the way he framed it, because he's a nurse, was like he was concerned for my health.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And he'd only ever like he'd had sex with men.
Mm-hmm.
Um and
So
and then
he,
and also yeah, go ahead.
yeah, so he's not super familiar with the different types of women and yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right. And what the body does and how he is like a part he had no sense that well this was a combo pack like this was you and I together that made that smell bro
Mm,
like this
mm,
is
mm,
it is not like this all the time right this
mm,
is where our body chemistry this is when our body
right,
chemistry mixed this is what happened
right.
but it was me I was the problem now he
Mm-hmm.
was doing it in this like soft nursely way like I just want to make sure your health is okay
Mm-hmm.
it's like wow yeah like making me like because there's the thing that he doesn't prefer, there
Yeah.
must be a problem,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I remember hearing a comedian, he like interviewed his wife's gynecologist. And he just assumed, and that gynecologist was also a gay man, and he just assumed like, oh, that would be like the worst part. And the guy was like, no. It's when women come in wearing those Tory Burch shoes with no socks on and their feet smell really bad. He's like, the odors of vaginas are like, that's normal. He knows as a doctor, like
Yeah.
that's
Nice.
actually like
It will
chemistry.
vary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's actually really natural.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, but just that assumption. And then
Mm,
of course his wife's gonna see this shit. It's like on his show.
mm.
Fucking hell. Yeah. Yep. Just checking in. Anything else my uterus wants to say?
Yeah. It's so fascinating. I love it. I think mm, I've never felt so free to just express what was going on bodily
hmm
with my friend who's a guy,
Yeah.
and it was so nice to just say freely like exactly what's going on and never be judged. He never cared.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a
hmm
description of that day or,
Yeah,
it's
it's
like
just
fine.
it's what's arising.
Mm.
Yeah, I was out with a friend yesterday. This was the fellow where there's like uh I don't know like the closest language is attraction, but I was like clarifying with him because we had gone for a walk and had asked questions. And then I just had more clarity. I was like, I just want to let you know, like, there's just like enjoying listening to you talk, like a lean in when you talk. I don't want to kiss. I don't want to fuck. I don't even have like a impulse to touch you. Um, there's like wanting to listen to you talk. There seems to be like wanting to give you things. And then the body is like a little bit more like discombobulated around you than other people.
Mm.
Uh, and then, of course, like I say that we're on a walk, and then as we're saying goodbye, like my uterus is like, no, now we want to. Now there was like a arousal just as we're
Mhm.
saying goodbye. Like looked in his eyes, and there was like blood flow, and like what were the sensations? Like I felt extra blood flow, like girls get erections, like, but it's
Mhm.
different,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So it was like a little bit of that, and oh, there was something else. Oh, a little bit of like the flood of chemical. Like I felt the little chemical rush.
Oh
Yeah.
wow. Mhm.
So then that happened.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's really nice that you could simply describe it like that because I
Yeah.
see it like that too when it happens here.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, oh, that's really interesting.
Yeah.
And it's kind of noted. And it's also kind of you know, uh before it felt more like there was a lot of trauma here that was mixed in with the arousal. And so
Yeah.
I couldn't like truly know if it was like really healthy or not. It
Mm-hmm.
was a lot more like confused. But I think because it feels like there's less trauma and less appeal for maybe aggressive men or outwardly successful men, like I don't find that attractive anymore, but I really did
Yeah.
before. And it
Yeah.
really influenced the arousal, I think.
Yeah.
But now I prefer gentleness and kindness and softness. Not that there can't be strongness as well. That's
Yeah.
too is nice, but it completely flipped for
Yeah.
here now. And it's just nice to notice those things like, oh, I'm aroused by completely different things.
Yeah.
And it's just nice to see.
Yeah, it's definitely the same here. Yeah. Yeah, he's like it's attractive hearing the ways he takes care of himself. It's a
Yeah, yeah,
um
exactly.
and actually like that the end of the walk we were just in silence and I was very relaxed. And it was
Mm.
like on the heels of that relaxation and then the eye contact, so like being near each other,
Mm.
totally relaxed, not talking, and then saying goodbye. Yeah, the signals for arousal or attraction have completely changed. And they also don't go anywhere. It's not a
It's
like
not a
even that was
need.
just itself.
Yeah,
There's not a before or
right.
after. It doesn't need to be more.
Yeah, it doesn't need
Um,
to happen.
yeah,
I don't
no.
need sex. It doesn't feel like I need sex.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, like even like as of now, there's still not a desire for sex,
Hmm.
right? It's like there was just that sensation
Yeah.
that happened. Yeah.
I
So
I prefer the intimacy of other things rather than the act of sex, it feels
uh,
like. It's just
yeah.
like, but there's already so much intimacy,
Yeah.
I don't even know if that physical thing would be additive in the way that it used to be, it would maybe just be the same as other types of intimacy because it's
Yeah.
already so full.
Yeah, it's the same like with myself. Like there was the other day there was like, feeling nice in the body and masturbating and then the battery died and I was like and I just got up and like went on with my day. It wasn't anything.
Yeah, it wasn't
It
like,
was
God
like if I
damn
was
it.
gonna make grilled cheese and oh I'm out of cheese, oh, we'll have
Yeah.
soup. It was just you know,
Mm,
it's
not a big
enjoyable, but
deal.
it's not, yeah. It's just another experience that can happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah.
It's such a more grounded way of it's not a way, but it just feels a lot more grounded, like everything.
Hmm.
It's really nice. I like
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's a way, the sex addiction, it was so, God, it was so tight. It was so narrow and tight. It was so
Sure.
like trying to make a specific thing happen. And then just inability to be there for it. It's just the whole thing was just crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is like a
All
complete flip.
intense impulse and wanting it and
Hmm.
and really narrow-minded. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
I kind of realized recently too that because I was kind of like that, it was such a strong impulse here
Hmm.
and desire, and I was also kind of narrow-minded. Um, that I felt like I was able to sort of disregard how harmful people were in a
Yeah.
way. I mean, I had a lot of trauma too, so like freeze responses and inability to act properly in scary moments. That that wasn't my fault. It was just like after time and time again of being so traumatized, it's like, yeah, the body doesn't know how to function in
Hmm.
high stress situations. So but yeah, I got used to that. I was just like it almost became normalized. Like I don't know anything else anyways.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, it's been so powerful, being in the program and hearing this like straight male perspective and also like being able to offer like there was a young guy. I'm so glad he's in the program so young, but he shared his first step, which is basically telling the story of your acting out and the trauma that led to it and all that stuff and the consequences and all that. So it's not like other 12-step programs. Other 12-step programs you might do that with your sponsor, but we do it in public, like to really break the shame.
Oh, nice.
Um, and he was just sharing about like the boundary violation quality, like trying to push for and seduce and, all that. And
Manipulate and get what you want and
yeah.
trick.
And
Yeah.
and like my this all is a little messy, but like my responsibility in that is that was hot for me. Like a guy doing that was like,
The
well, I'm
aggressiveness.
important. I'm wanted,
Yeah.
that he's.
To want you that much.
Yeah,
Yeah. I
exactly.
was similar
Exactly.
too.
Like
Yeah.
I would play with my Barbies. I had like, so I know like with a lot of guys it was more like porn, and I know some women like I was before the porn craze, I think, or something. I didn't have internet when I was a teenager. If I had, I don't know how it would have been, but so I had like Barbies hidden under my bed,
Okay.
and I would act out, and the Barbie act out would be like a the guy doll kidnaps the girl doll,
Right, right. Uh-huh.
and then like,
It's forced. Yeah.
but that's love at some point. Like
Yeah.
it's just,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. That's not uncommon. The rape thing, the being
Yeah.
aroused by that stuff,
Yeah.
or yeah, being forced into
Yeah.
something, like that was similar for me too. And I'm like, oh, that's trauma. That's
Yeah.
just trauma.
Yeah.
It's very normal
Yeah.
to
So like
be.
to be able
Yeah.
to talk to the men about, like, because there can be a lot of like um still kind of infantilizing the women in the scenario when they're thinking about, and like the shame, like the taking on all the onus, which I appreciate, that there's like taking that's a shift, right? Like they're going from I'm not responsible to I am 100% responsible is a change. But to
Mhm.
like be able to talk to them about like I was an active passive, like
Yeah,
very, very
nice.
active
Yeah,
passive.
yeah, me too. Active,
And
passive.
yeah, and like plugging into that. And to be able to like talk about the other side of it. And then also to hear their side, because
Oh, beautiful.
it could be so extreme. I remember times where it was so extreme where like you're looking into zombie eyes, right? And I probably had zombie eyes too.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
me
there's no one
too.
that is just like repetition.
No, I was
Repetition.
detached
Yeah.
most of the time.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think the other thing that the body like kind of wants to say is like the at this point anyway, like thank goodness that I wasn't able to get pregnant.
Yeah, yeah, me too.
Yeah.
That it wasn't, it could have been a lot worse. It could have been a
Yeah, like
lot worse.
I just with the history of this person, and like at 49, I might just now be capable of healthily and successfully babysitting once in a while.
Yeah, nice. That's
Maybe I should,
beautiful. Maybe.
yet to be determined, but
It's questionable still, but
yeah.
it's much more plausible than before.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh,
that's so sweet.
yeah.
Oh. Yeah, sex was the biggest pain of my life. There was so much trauma and so much confusion and so much blaming myself for, well, you did it. Like you had the desire. You enjoyed parts of it. And but it was like I was really taken advantage of, and I was tricked and I was manipulated and I was coerced. And that's not my fault. That's not my doing. Um, but again, that's what I was familiar with in a way. So I was in a way okay with it unconsciously.
Right.
I didn't have that many examples of like just healthy guys that treated you well, respected you, wanted to make sure, like, do you want this? Are you okay? Do you feel safe?
Yeah.
Are we talking? Are we communicating? Like, it was so foreign. That was like, so yeah, I was just like, oh, okay, you really want me? You find me attractive? Like, that's all I knew. It's like,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it's like in working with clients or seeing, the men in my program, like they're hearing their stories, their childhoods, their parents, their exposure to pornography, the sexual abuse they experienced. Um, yeah, it all makes perfect sense that like the way it plugs in. And then like the added layers that I see for gay men, I haven't just haven't happened to encounter as many lesbian folks in my program. I had a sponsee who identified as a lesbian initially, and then came out as a trans masc, and that too, like just how that fucked him up around
Mm.
sexuality. So like, of course, there was acting out. So just seeing like it's like, of
Yeah,
course, this is all
exactly.
how it went,
Exactly.
how it happened.
For me too. That's all I can say. It's like, oh, of course, it couldn't
Yeah.
have been any other way. Like
Mhm.
I always thought that I could have done better, but it's like, nope, nope, nope,
Mhm.
nope, nope. Hell no.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, and it's kind of like nice now for like this process because it's like more and more anytime there's a perspective or kind of landing because that's what I had, at some point in my life I had the like I'm looking for a boyfriend, but yet I was like going to a bar and picking up anonymous people every night like that. So like
Mm.
that that seemed like a perspective that was true, but nothing in the behavior like
You're right, right.
so even now and there's like a sense that there's like some sort of knowing what this is or how it's going or whatever. It's like, oh man, it's been seen so many times that that can appear to be true, but it just isn't. It just isn't.
Mm,
I don't know what's happening.
mm.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I think that just the last thing that the Bible wants to say, like it's been through surgeries
Oh yeah.
and then obviously the torture as a kid, like there are scars, there's scar tissue, there's damage.
Mm.
Um, uh, and even to this day, at times during orgasm, like those areas that have been injured, it's almost like you can feel it's like a pain, like a pulling,
Mm.
probably when the body's contracting, that it's like the body in perpetuity is not without, it's like a lot of negatives, is not without the repercussions
Yeah,
of the injury. It'd be just like if you hurt your knee
of
and then every
course.
time you run, you feel it, or every time it rains or whatever. Um,
Sure.
yeah, that's part of the physiology now.
Yeah.
Mm.
Can
And
I
all
ask
the
how old
good
you?
and bad doctors.
Oh, really? During surgery?
Yeah, it's just during life, you know, like
That makes
like mom
sense.
took me to a doctor when I was a kid because of not going to the bathroom, both types of poop and pee because of the
Mm.
damage done.
Oh,
But no nothing addressed around why there was um uh, holding, right?
oh.
Just trying to take medical measures to get it out, you know,
Mm-hmm.
but not any questions or addressing why a child was holding their poop and pee in.
Wow.
Um,
Wow.
so like starting young and then yeah, and then doctors that like I had a doctor that wanted to do a hysterectomy. Fortunately, my husband was there at the time. If he hadn't been, I probably would have gotten a hysterectomy, which
What is
now is
that
I would have been
again?
fine. But he he was like, "What are there other measures? Like, is that
Is
are there other options? Well, yeah, we can just." And there was like another option, like right there.
Oh my God. But
She was
what's
just
a
like, "We'll just take it all
hysterectomy?
out." It's like, holy
Oh,
shit.
it's removing
Yeah, and then it
something.
turned out later, like my family helped me like report, well, because there was a lot of stuff that went down, and apparently
Wow.
this woman had had a lot of complaints.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's bad.
yeah, yeah. She was, and then she ended up doing the surgery, and then after the surgery, she never came out to tell my parents it was over. So for hours, everybody
What?
went home. The hospital was dark, and like they're like, did she die? Is she like? They didn't
Oh
even know what
my
happened.
God.
Yeah, it was just really
Oh my God.
so bad. Yeah, crazy. So yeah, the girl parts are they're such like tender vittles, right? They're just so soft and fleshy and
Yeah.
so um yeah, so tender.
Mm,
Can go through a lot.
yeah.
Mhm. Hmm. I think that was what wanted to be said.
I have questions.
Oh yeah.
How old were you when that started, the childhood stuff?
I don't know actually because why? Because I mean it would have been pre-5 because the
Wow.
houses we lived, I can go by like which houses we lived in. So it was pre-5 when it started.
Mm.
But I don't know how early. I don't know if it's an infancy. I know my mom also tried, she was so overwhelmed. She was so overwhelmed. But
Just in general?
yeah, yeah. It was crazy time. It was crazy. She's like raising other people's kids and my dad's kids from previous marriage. And like it was insane. And my dad was insane.
Oh.
And every addiction and gambling. But
Mm.
I didn't even know this happened. It came out. I was actually trying to talk to her about what my dad did. And she's like, but she was physically abusive to me as an infant when I would poop. Uh,
When you would poop.
yeah, and she would like try to manage and control. It was so, she has a very strong disgust response.
Oh.
So like she couldn't breastfeed because it was gross. She couldn't, yeah, and she was just like overwhelmed. And so, and also, I don't know if I was already having issues or because there was already abuse. I just don't know. I don't know
Right.
all
Yeah.
the, but yeah, so there was she was giving me enemas from a very young age to
Wow.
like try to so that she could so there wasn't as much surprise poo or
Oh my
something. Like
God.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah. So I don't know how old, but young.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Does your mom acknowledge what happened? Like she knows or
She still doesn't, which is the lineage. It's hilarious, actually. It's kind of comical. Like she still doesn't believe my dad and everything, which is exactly what her family did to her. Like they did not believe that my dad was as bad to her. They thought he was great. Everybody thinks my dad's great.
oh,
Um,
okay.
yeah. So yeah, so she didn't believe me. My stepdad did. Uh, yeah,
That's good.
yeah. And at this point, she might if I brought it up again, but there's not really a willingness to like test whether it's a wall or a window, you know?
Hmm.
Like, nah,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna put the body through that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Mhm. Yeah.
At this point, it feels okay though, that she doesn't need to acknowledge it. It's fine for you.
Yeah, there's just like checking, like there's like a little it's like a settling of it's still there's like a little weight or something.
Hmm.
It's just like a sensation.
Sure. It sounds like
Yeah.
such a common thing.
Yeah, I don't have the like you sorry?
Oh, no, you go first.
Oh, um yeah, I don't have the, when I was younger, I had like, I've got to make her see me or something, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
that has, I don't really have that. Yeah. Yeah. At this point, it's actually more just like, I don't really want her too involved in my life. So it's just kind of the basics, really.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah. Like she clearly wants to like meet more of my friends when she visits and I don't I like really honestly at the deepest like I just don't trust her. I don't trust her. And not
Exactly.
because she's evil, bad, wrong.
Yeah. She's
Just
shown you
because
enough.
she has many, many thoughts and believes them to mean something. That's
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
So, and there seems to be like an immediacy. If a thought arises, it has to be said, addressed, acted on. Something has to be done about it. So,
Mm,
so just giving her more data for thoughts,
right, right.
there's no
Gotcha.
reason. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was about to say, like, why would you open up to
Yeah.
someone that you don't trust? Yeah, it
Yeah,
just makes
exactly.
sense. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. 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 And I also can see the beauty in it, from like a family systems point of view. Like there is a power, and I think it also is like, it is beautiful in a way. Like there is a power in her for herself that her trauma has to be the worst. Um,
Oh.
and, and, uh, and good in a way, of course, because she didn't have anybody that took it seriously,
Mm,
or that, yeah, her experience was constantly minimized. So the fact that she can like hold her center and nothing gets to rise above.
mm. Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how
So,
she's surviving. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for a long, long time, my stepdad was kind of on that formula. And he has capacity, it seems now, to hold both.
Oh,
And
wow.
they don't have to,
Great.
yeah.
He can
Yeah.
hold different realities for
Yeah.
different
Yep.
people. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. It's very nice. Yeah. Yeah. It's like respectful. He has good boundaries. He's not,
Wow.
yeah. So, mhm.
That's great
Yeah.
that she met someone like that.
I know. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm very grateful that yeah. Yeah.
It sounds common though, like
Mhm.
when someone is abused like that, the
Mhm.
child,
Mhm.
it sounds common that other parent like just has to deny because it's like the whole reality would be shattered. They have to question
Exactly.
everything and
Exactly.
who they
Yeah.
are too. They couldn't protect you.
Yeah. Yeah. It's got to be intolerable. Like that, the man you married, the son you birthed, did these things to your daughter,
Yeah.
at the time in your life where at the time in her life where she was the strongest and bravest she's ever had to be in her entire life was when the
Mm,
worst things were happening to her
wow.
children. Like that, it's just like,
Wow.
yeah,
It
yeah,
will shatter her in some ways, I guess.
yeah, yeah,
Which
yeah,
isn't like a horrible thing, but I can see like it's enormous.
yeah, yep, yeah. Yeah, and she has a lot of now. She didn't for most of my life have friends or anything, but now she has great friends and she's well liked. And so that's great. She has her people. I don't need to be her self-esteem. I don't need to, uh,
Mm,
yeah, she's got that other places. So it's good.
great.
Yeah. And me too.
Mm,
My family of choice.
mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it makes sense what you said in the beginning, how you want to love your mom or
Yeah.
like, yeah, but it's
Yeah.
not quite fully possible, understandably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. That was mainly it.
Mm. Yeah, I always enjoy when you share.
Thanks.
You're so cool, Sarah.
It's such a dork.
You're just cool.
Thanks. You too.
Thanks.